We're late. Good morning, colleagues.
You want me to use my rally voice?
Yeah. We should have started 5 minutes ago. I want to recover that 5 minutes as we go along. I like to keep time. Good morning. And my esteemed colleagues, ministers, governors, distinguished delegates, and representatives of international organizations. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the third G20 Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors meeting, and the last one meeting to be held in South Africa under the South African presidency. We gather here in a beautiful province of KwaZulu-Natal, a region rich in natural splendor and cultural heritage, and I believe a fitting setting to reflect on both the complexity and the promise of our shared global agenda. I suspect if you will see the heritage during dinner, I suspect we're having a different style of dance than we would have seen in Cape Town, showing a different kind of culture. This province has the distinct honor and privilege to have been the home of Mahatma Gandhi for a large part of his stay in South Africa that spanned 21 years, and namely from 1893 to 1914. Gandhi had a profound and multifaceted impact on India and South Africa, and many drew inspiration from his across the globe, including Nelson Mandela in his quest to lead South Africa to independence. As leaders, there's a great deal that, as a collective, we can learn from both Gandhi and Mandela. We have often been revered as the fathers of their nation as we reflect on both the complexity and the promise of our shared global agenda. Let me extend our deepest appreciation to all delegates, especially those who have traveled from afar, for your continued commitment to this important global forum. I would also like to thank our international partners for their sustained engagement and valuable technical support throughout the deliberations. Colleagues, we meet at a time of a fragile global economic growth. While inflation is gradually moderating and financial conditions have started to stabilize in some regions, uncertainty continues to weigh heavily on global growth prospects. Rising trade barriers, persistent global imbalances, and new geopolitical risks are significant concerns. Many developing countries, especially in Africa, remain burdened by high and rising debt vulnerabilities, constrained fiscal space, and high cost of capital that limits their ability to invest in their people and their futures. Technological shifts, especially in the artificial intelligence and digital finance, offer tremendous potential, but also demand robust governance and coordinated action to harness the opportunities, mitigate the risks such as job displacement, and bridge digital divide towards inclusive growth. At the same time, climate-related shocks and extreme weather events are increasing in frequency and severity worldwide, impacting lives, livelihoods, and macroeconomic stability. The cumulative impact of these cascading challenges is pushing the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030 further out of reach. Developing countries face a staggering financing gap of 4 trillion every year. The message from the Forum for Fourth Financing for Development Conference in Spain was unequivocal. We must act decisively, choose cooperation over fragmentation, unity over division, and action over inertia before the window to deliver on our shared commitment closes. This message resonates well with the following observation from Gandhi, and I quote, "The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of our world's problems." Close quote. In this regard, South Africa is inspired by the leadership of Spain and the United Nations in charting and navigating a successful F54 conference, which contributes towards addressing addressing the SDG finance gap, an issue which is critical for Africa, low-income countries in other regions, and for small developing states, including small island states. In the face of these complex challenges, the G20 must remain a source of strategic global leadership, cooperation, and action. We must extend our efforts if we are to reach our true potential as a collective, to enable us to deal decisively with economic, environmental, developmental, and social challenges that plague especially Africa, low-income countries in other regions, and small developing states. Colleagues, we have a critical role to play in revitalizing and strengthening multilateralism by fostering inclusive dialogue, reinforcing rule-based cooperation, and driving collective action in global challenges that no country can solve alone. We have a substantial agenda ahead of us. Over the next 2 days, we'll engage in a robust and frank discussion on global macroeconomic developments and risk. We'll also take time to focus on the real economy that will provide a platform for concrete, action-oriented dialogue on how we can better support emerging and developing economies. Today, we'll consider pragmatic action to reform the international financial architecture, how to scale up the mobilization of infrastructure finance, as well as to strengthen international taxation. Tomorrow, we'll discuss the impediments to development and growth in Africa, with a specific focus on macroeconomic vulnerabilities, weak institutions, poor infrastructure, and high cost of capital. There will also be a discussion on the mobilization of sustainable finance, financial sector issues, and financial inclusion. Let us approach these discussions with open minds, collective purpose, and a determination to deliver progress. The need for bold, cooperative leadership has never been greater. I thank you, and I look forward to a productive and forward-looking set of discussions over the next 2 days. Thank you. Over to you, Governor.